Hey all, my name is Paul Borosky, and I am the owner of Quality Business Plan. And what I'd like to do today is give you all some tips and tricks on how to write a zero waste store business plan and financial projection. So just to set y'all's expectations, what I want to do is give you just a couple of tips and tricks on how to set up and what information to include in the company information section. But I really want to drill down on is how to structure a financial model or create a financial model that you can use in your zero waste store, but also in for the zero waste store for your business plan, but also for your actual operations. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive right into this little PowerPoint presentation that I have designed for your listening and viewing pleasure. So first and foremost, a little bit about me, and then we're going to talk about you and your zero waste store business idea. First and foremost, I am a professional writer, specifically a business plan writer. So if you want to avoid all the fun and excitement of writing your own zero waste store business plan, please pick up the phone, give me a call, send me a text. Be delighted to help you with it. Also, I am a published author on Amazon, and I've published many books on business plan writing. So if you want to write your own business plan, fantastic, knock yourself out, great idea. Please at least use a business plan book as a guide to help you structure the business plan and to spur your creative thoughts on how to what information should be included in each section. And then finally, I am an adjunct professor and subject matter expert for business and finance. So I do have some academic credentials backing me up on my thoughts and ideas. And then finally, if you need some help with just your financial projections, like I said, I am an expert with finance and financial modeling. Be delighted to help create your financial model and to assist with your pro forma financial statements and so on. All right, so let's get into your zero waste waste store business plan concept and ideas. When you're writing a zero waste store business plan, make sure to identify and discuss the importance of the services. A lot of people are not going to know what a zero waste store is. It's going to be a new concept, so we're going to have to educate our customers or the reader of this document, as well as explain to them what the business is going to look like. But before you even get into that, talk about the problem that you're going to be solving or you're going to be helping to mitigate. Zero waste, if you're not using any plastics in your store and you're having your customers bring their own bags, you're protecting the environment. You're making, you're trying to reduce the global warming and our carbon footprint and such. So the problem, make sure to identify and discuss the importance of the service of, protecting our environment, because that's one of the solid reasonings behind the zero waste store is to protect the environment. So discuss that, show that you understand the ideas and the thoughts and the reasoning behind this kind of store. And then once you've made a solid argument for the need for a zero waste store business, then talk about how it's going to operate. What are you going to ask your customers to do? You're going to ask them to bring their own bags so they can go ahead and, they can do bulk purchases, and they're going to be able to use, eco-friendly bags, and make sure you even sell those eco-friendly bags too. Customers can buy those from you. And also, if you're going to have wrappers for soaps, talk about how they're going to be biodegradable, and just make sure you let the reader know how your business is going to operate, because most people, they haven't been to a zero waste store. They don't know what to expect. They don't know what they're going to see, feel, hear, how they're going to walk out of there, how they're protecting the environment. Some people aren't going to be cognizant of that. So you've got a lot of information you need to keep in your company description section. But in my most humble of opinions, the two most important things is going to be, first, talk about the importance of zero waste, and then explain how your company is going to operate, and make sure you touch on that in the company description section. Also, towards the end of your introductory statement, throw in some statistics to support the importance of the services. Talk about, why it's important to be eco-friendly, why global warming is such an issue, and how your organization is doing its part to protect the environment and make this a cleaner, better world for our children and their children's children. So those are a couple ideas to go ahead and include in your company description section for the business plan. The next part, the part I really want to get into some details with, is how to structure a basic profit and loss statement, pro forma statement that you're going to be able to utilize in your zero waste store business plan, but also in operations. So the way that I've got this structured is broken into 3 parts. It's going to be your revenues, your fixed costs, and then how to calculate your monthly profits. So for the first section, what we're going to do is there is literally no way that you're going to be able to itemize each item that you're going to sell, the sales price for each item, and then the variable cost for each item, and then estimate how many customers are going to buy each one of those items on a daily basis. The variables on those are mind-blowing, and you can do all the work you spend hours and hours and weeks and months and years trying to figure out all that information. You're going to be wrong anyways. So when I construct a profit and loss statement for a zero waste business, or even just a regular convenience store or grocery store, it's going to be the same structure. I'm going to identify what the average customer grocery ticket is going to be. For this example, I'm saying that the average person is going to walk in, they're going to drop $110. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to estimate what I want my variable costs, or I think my variable costs are going to be. And in this estimate, I'm saying it's going to be about $70. Based on my research, I'm finding that as zero waste stores, their variable costs are actually a little bit lower than a traditional grocery store. But anyways, so I would then the next step is going to be to subtract the $70 from the $110. That's going to give us a gross profit per customer of $40. Our next step, what we need to do is figure out how many customers we're going to have walking in the door on a daily basis. And we're going to guess for this estimate here about 40. So we're going to multiply that 40, the 40 customers by the gross profits of $40 is going to give us a total gross profit of $1,600. The next thing we're going to do is multiply that by the number of days we anticipate to be open per month. Again, in this example, we're going to say it's 30 days. So it's going to be the 1,600 multiplied by the 30 gives us a monthly gross profit of $48,000. The next thing what we're going to do is we need to come up with our monthly fixed cost. In this example, we're going to say we have a loan payment of $1,500, inventory of $15,000 that we got to replenish monthly. Labor is $5,500, lease $4,500. We have some utilities for about $500. We're really kicking in the marketing because we've got, not only do we need to build brand recognition for our zero waste store business plan, our business, but we also need to educate customers on what we do and how we do it. So we've got a twofold marketing strategy that we need to execute flawlessly in order to really gain some market share over the grocery competitors. And so for that, we're going to have to probably drop a little bit in additional marketing, which is, this example, $2,500. Accounting, legal, insurance, we're going to estimate that at about $550. And then the miscellaneous, the wonderful catch-all. And unfortunately, every business that's ever been in operation, that'll ever be in operation, on a monthly basis, you're going to run into costs that you just don't expect to the penny. That is going to be where the miscellaneous is going to come in. That's going to be your rainy day fund. For this example, we're going to set aside $1,500 a month for it. The next step, what we're going to do is we're going to total up all of our monthly costs. In this example, is $31,550. The third step is to figure out what our monthly profits are going to be. So for this item right here, we got a monthly gross profits. We're estimating it's going to be about $48,000. And then the monthly cost, we're saying it's going to be about $31,000. We're going to pull it right here. And the final step is going to be to deduct our cost, our monthly cost, $31,550, from our gross profits, $48,000. And that's going to leave us with net profits of $16,450. Once we have this model set up, now, once we start operations for our zero waste store, and we start finding out that the average ticket, customer ticket is a little bit higher, we can then go into our financial model and adjust this price up or down. We can also change our variable costs, or we can change the number of customers. Whatever variables we need to change, we can change our monthly cost as well. Whatever variables we need to change, we can just simply go in there, change the number, and if this model is constructed and works properly, we're going to be able to immediately see what our net profits are going to be, and it's also going to help us with our price points. If we want to increase our profit margins, then we're going to go ahead and increase our sales price, and that's going to increase the average ticket per customer. So that's some of the wonderful ways or ideas that we can use for the basic profit and loss statement to help us not only with the business plan, but also for operations now and into the foreseeable future. All right. So, in summary, when you are doing a zero waste store business plan, make sure to follow a proven format. If you go to the SBA website, or if you go to SBA, or you go to SCORE, or you go to your bank and you ask them for a template, you are going to get a business plan template. And you will get the same template that they gave to a landscaper, that they gave to a restaurant, that they gave to a car dealership, as they gave to a business consultant. You now get the pleasure of going through that template and identifying what you need and what you don't need and making adjustments to that template. And then you can finally start writing your business plan. A better strategy is almost to just not even use the template and just start from scratch. At least you're going to be able to start writing immediately. So just keep that in mind. Make sure you use a proven format. Stay away from the templates because they're almost more harm than good, unless you've got one customized for a zero waste store. And then you're going to be able to use that as a foundation, and you're going to be off and running pretty quick. Next is going to be to keep the star of the show as the business. Some zero store waste clients that I've spoken with, they tend to get a little overboard in how important it is to protect the environment and how critical it is to get rid of the plastics and to lower global warming. You don't want your business plan to be so focused on the problem that the reader of the plan is not going to understand your solution. So be succinct, be short, but be to the point, and make sure you've got your references in there to support the statements that you're going to make. And then make sure the business plan is focused on the business. The star of the show is the business, is a zero waste concept, the strategy, how it's going to operate, your marketing, your expected profits, and how much funding you need to get this going. And then finally, if you need some help writing this zero waste store business plan, please feel free to reach out to me. I'd be delighted to assist. And finally, if you do want some more tips and tricks on how to write a zero waste store business plan, I do have some more tips and tricks on my website, qualitybusinessplan.com/how to write a zero waste store business plan. And on that website, I do give you some tips and tricks on how to write the company description section. I go into some details on the organizational structure. I talk about the industry analysis. I give you some good information on the funding request. I go into a little bit more details in the executive summary, how to structure that. So I give you a lot more information on that website. And then finally, if you do want a business plan template for your zero waste store, I do have that on my list to complete. So the template is going to be geared towards a zero waste store business plan. It's not complete right now. It is on my list. If you do want to go ahead and purchase it, just go to qualitybusinessplan.com/business plan templates and go to the website. It might be up there already. I do have it on my list, and when I get to it, I'm going to finish it and then post it. So by the time you're watching this video, it might already be up there. So go over to there, go to the template, scroll down, look for the zero waste store business plan. If it's there, fantastic. If it's not, send me a message. Say, hey, Paul, I'm waiting on that zero waste store business plan. Can you let me know how long it's going to be? And then I'll give you an update at that point in time. All right, so hopefully this information was helpful. If you liked the video, give me a thumbs up on YouTube. And as always, have a fantastic day. Thank you.